Welcome back, students. In my last video I have explained about the call by value mechanism and call by address mechanism. Okay, whenever we are discussing parameter passing techniques, we have to focus on two questions. The first question is, whatever changes we are making to the formal parameters, are those changes affecting the actual parameters? The second question is, are we consuming any extra memory when we are performing this parameter passing? Are we consuming any extra memory or not? These two questions we have to focus. We said in call by value mechanism, the first question, changes made to the formal parameters are affecting the actual parameters, is false. It is not affecting. Whatever changes we are making to the formal parameters, they are not affecting the actual parameters. So first question is no, we can consider it as no. The second question, are we consuming any extra memory? In the sense, yes, we are consuming, because we are using normal variables at formal parameters. So over there we are consuming extra memory. Okay, in the second category of parameter passing techniques, that is called by address, what we are doing, we are passing the addresses and we are using pointers as formal parameters. Okay, so again, just we discuss about these two questions. Changes made to the formal parameters are affecting the actual parameters. So over here, yes, whatever changes you do to the formal parameters, they are affecting the actual parameters. So that question is true. Yes. Second question, are we consuming any extra memory? Yes, we are consuming, because even though we are using pointers to store the address of the actual parameters, pointers will also consume some memory, because pointers are also variables only, isn't it? Pointers also variables, so they are also consuming memory. So now the third type of parameter passing technique, that is call by reference, or this one. Yeah, this is example. Okay, this is before going to that call by reference, we have to discuss aliasing. What do you mean by aliasing? Aliasing, see this one, aliasing is nothing but just a second name. If you have an entity, you are giving a second name to that one. That mechanism we call it as aliasing. So let us assume we are taking a variable a equals to 20. So internal to your computer, what will happen? A will consume some memory, okay, and it will have some address and it will have this value 20, and we refer this memory location as A. A is your identifier. A is your identifier. Identifier, address, value. This is your identifier, this is your address, and this is your value. So whenever you declare a variable and store a value, every variable is going to have these three things. So yeah, this memory location we are referring with name A. This memory location we are referring with identifier A. Yeah, can we give a second name to this same memory location? Is it possible in your C? No, it is not possible. How come? So we try like this. If you want to give the second name, we try like this. What is that? We declare a variable B and we make B is equals to A. Okay, are we doing the right thing over here? No, we are not doing right thing, because when you say int B, what will happen? You will get another memory location, and when you say B equals to A, what will happen? This A's content will be copied into B, and this memory location, let us assume that it is 1005. Okay, now this will become B, and this is address and this is value. Okay, we are creating another variable and we are copying the value from A to B. This is not something aliasing. Okay, this is not aliasing. Aliasing means whatever memory location we have over here, to this memory location only we have to give the second name. That means if you do like this, if you make the changes to B, after this assigning, if you make the changes to B, B is equals to some 70. Now what will happen? This 70 will come over here. Now if you print A, what you will get? You will get 20 only, because this change you made to B is not going to affect A, because B is not the alias to A. B is a second variable and which is holding the value of B. Now that was also changed. Now that value also been changed by this statement. Clear? So this is not something aliasing. To get aliasing, we have a special operator in C++. With the help of that special operator, we can achieve the aliasing. Just quickly see that one. So you just remember this concept. Here what we are doing, we are copying the content of A into B and we are modifying the content of B. That content is not affecting A because B is not the alias of A. So now in this example, whatever example we are about to discuss, in that example, I will make the B as alias of A. How we can do that one means, simply like this, int, instead of simply taking the variable B, we have to put the address operator before the variable B. We have to put the address operator before the variable B. Now you do like this. Now you do like this. Now consider the two statements. First statement, what will happen? I am creating a variable A and I am storing the value 20 into that one. So what will happen? A will consume memory from your main memory and it is going to have the address 1001 and it is going to store the value 20 and the identifier is A. Identifier is A. So now in my next statement, what I am doing? Int &b. So this &b is nothing but your alias, creating the alias. &b is equals to A, I am saying. When I am saying like this &b, what will happen? It is going to point or it is going to refer the same memory location, whatever memory location A is referring. So now you put B also here. So A is the first name and B is the alias to that A. So now, here if you do the change to B, what will happen? I am saying B is equals to some 70 now. B is equals to 70. So ultimately what will happen? This 70 is going to change in this memory location because now both my variables A and B are referring to the same memory location. A and B both are referring to the same memory location. So now B will hold 70 over here. So indirectly what will happen? A is also going to hold 70 only. So this is, when I am saying alias, that means I am simply giving the second name to that one. Second name to that one. It is very helpful in programming. When it comes, you will understand, it is giving the alias to the variable, it is very helpful. Having the second name in your programming to the variable, it is very important and very useful. Okay, so now if you print the values cout of A, B, what will happen? In your output, you will get 70, 70 only. 70, 70 only, because both variables A and B, they are pointing to the same memory location. They are referring the same memory location. They are identifying the same memory location. So whatever changes you do with the help of any of these identifiers, ultimately those changes are going to affect the memory location, whatever memory location is assigned. So if you use A, it will change the same memory location. If you use B, it will change the same memory location. This is the concept of aliasing. Okay, if you do simply like this, now B will also have some different memory. It is not the alias in that case. B will also have some different memory. So to make the B as alias, second name to A, simply put &% before that one. Okay, in order to understand this aliasing concept, some people will have a home name, isn't it? In college, they will give some different name, and at home, people will call, the family members will call that person with some different name. So we can consider that different name as the alias name. Alias name. Clear? So over here, right now, this memory location can be referred with A as well as with B. Clear? Because B is the alias of A. So now, using this aliasing concept, we will achieve call by reference. Call by reference is nothing but alias. Clear? So Quickly, I will explain call by reference, and after that we will see our two questions. After that, we will come to our two questions. So, again, call by reference. My function name I am taking call by reference of, yes, over here, are we passing value means, yes, you can see, are we passing value? No. Are we passing address? No. But we are passing the alias. Okay, we are passing the alias. So how we can represent that we are passing the alias means int followed by the ampersand symbol, alias symbol. Then two aliases we are passing. So two int ampersand symbols we have to take. Then put the semicolon, because this is the declaration of the function. Put the semicolon at the end. Now you start your main function, and inside main declare the two variables as usual. A equals to 10 comma b is equals to 20 comma b is equals to 20. Okay, two variables I have declared. So two containers you will get, two memory containers you will get. That memory containers here only I will take the first container and the second container. This container's name is A and this container's name is B. Let us assume that this is 1001 and this is 1005. So inside A I am having 10 and inside B I am having 20. So next I will call that call by reference function. How we can call by a reference? So when you call this call by reference, how we do? Simply put A and B, A comma B. Okay, put A and B. But when you receive those, what you have to do? Void at formal parameters call by a reference of put aliases int ampersand x comma int ampersand y. Now these two are my aliases to A comma B. X and Y are aliases. So X here only, Y here only. They are not going to consume any extra memory because they are just the aliases. So X will represent the same memory location, Y will also represent the same memory location. Hope you got this one. So the next one I am doing the changes. X is equals to X plus 5. Y is equals to Y plus 5. So now what will happen? X, where is X pointing? Where is X identifying? What memory location X is identifying? This memory location. What is having over there? 10. So that 10 plus 5, we will get 15 over here. Same thing, Y equals to Y plus 5. Y is representing this memory location. Okay, and over here we have the value 20 and we are modifying that to 20 plus 5, 25. So you will get 25 over here. Okay, so indirectly we are changing these two memory locations, 15 and 25. So like this. So now after this, when I print the value C out of A comma B, what I will get in my output? I will get 15, 25 like this. So we are from the actual parameters to the formal parameters, we are just creating the aliases. We are not using any extra variable or we are not using any extra pointer. We are simply creating the alias. So our two questions, the first question, are the changes made to the formal parameters affecting the actual parameters? Means yes, whatever changes you do to the formal parameters, they will affect your actual parameters. And the second question, are we consuming any extra memory? Means no, we are simply creating the alias, so we are not consuming any extra memory. Okay, so in call by reference also, changes made to the formal parameters will affect the actual parameters. Like this you have to remember. Three different parameter passing techniques: call by value, call by reference, call by address, call by reference. Very simple concept, very important concept. From the first unit, we have a lot of scope that they will ask this as an LAQ, parameter passing techniques, that you have already seen. In C also, inter-function communication was an important question, isn't it? So quickly we'll go to the concept of recursion. This we have already discussed in your C also, and the concept is very same in your C++. That is the reason why I'm not stressing much on this. because over there the concept of recursion we discussed as a complete unit, isn't it? We discussed as a complete unit, and we said recursion is the alternate for iteration, isn't it? Recursion is the second way, we can say. Recursion is the second way, alternate thing for iteration. So what is recursion? If a function is calling itself, you have a function with some name, and if that function is calling itself, we call the concept as recursion. We call that phenomenon as recursion. So over here you see inside this syntax, I have taken one function with name recursion function. Recursion function, and inside the body of that recursion function I am calling that function itself, recursion itself. I am calling that function itself. Can you just go to the previous slide? Previous, one more, yeah, previous, this one. So recursion means a function will call itself, and how this recursion is helpful in our programming means it is an alternate to your iteration. We have loops. In order to achieve the iteration, we have loops. So as an alternate to that loops, we can use the concept of recursion. Clear? And in detail we have seen in your C programming. Okay, I have taken one simple example of for this recursion to calculate the factorial of a given number. And moreover, this program, the same program, not similar, I will not say similar, just the input output statements are different over here. Instead of printf we are using cout, and instead of scanf we are using cin, and rest of the logic entirely same like whatever we have discussed in C programming. And moreover, it was a lab program, it was an important program, and hope you all have a kind of idea what is recursion and how it is helpful in our programming and the example programs. Okay, that is the reason why I am not discussing in detail. So simply you remember the definition for recursion. Recursion in the sense a function calling itself. If a function calls itself into its body, we call that phenomenon as recursion. And what is the advantage of this recursion in the sense? Recursion can be used as an alternate method for iteration in order to achieve the iteration. Iteration means repetition. Okay, repeating the execution of some set of statements. How we are achieving that one? With the help of loops. So in order to achieve the iteration, we are using recursion. In order to achieve the repetition of the statements, we are using recursion. Okay, hope this will give an idea to you. Okay, in our next class, we will see how we use classes and objects. I will explain all those things with the help of programs. We'll discuss that in my next video. Okay, thank you.